Hi, welcome to the Sunday Dharma talk from Daishu-in West. I'm Koju. We're having a clear and cold day here at the temple. It seems like the rains are already sort of tapering off, which is a little suspicious, but rather nice. So we'll see. It's early yet. We may still get some wet weather. So we continue with the Denshin Hoyo, Master Obaku's transmission of mind. The Master says, as regarding the 6 perfections, the 10,000 practices and merits as numerous as the sands of the Ganges, it is originally complete and does not depend on additional practices. When circumstances arise, one immediately acts. When they cease, one is immediately still. If you are not completely resolved, this right here is Buddha, and instead attached to form, practicing intending to get results, it is all delusion and contrary to the way. Right. So this is my rough translation, right? It is. I'm leaning heavily, since I have no training in classical Chinese. I do have a dictionary. But I'm leaning heavily on Professor Iria's Japanese translation and John Blofeld's canonical English translation. But I'm trying to kind of see it in my own way and write it in my own words and not take phrases, except when I just don't understand when the Chinese is the way it is. And I see that Iria and Blofeld have done something similar with that. And sometimes there are Chinese idioms or something where they're written a particular way, and these people who know and have studied these things have, they understand that idiom means that thing. But if you just look at the kanji, it's not necessarily apparent why that kanji would mean that thing. So in those situations, I just have to lean on them. But there are other situations, contextual situations, which I'll explain in a moment, where I exercise my own discretion. Right, so he says, as regarding the 6 perfections, and if you don't know, the 6 perfections, or the paramitas, are generosity, virtue, patience or forbearance, effort, meditation, and wisdom. As regarding the 6 perfections, the 10,000 practices and merits as numerous as the sands of the Ganges, it is originally complete and does not depend on additional practices. There is no subject in the Chinese. It just says originally complete and not depending on additional practice. Blofeld has, you are originally complete. I rendered it is originally complete. It's very insightful. It's very educational that there is not a subject in the Chinese. It means both, it that is and you that is. These are not separate things. That which is originally complete and does not depend on additional practice. So whether we render it, you are originally complete, or it is originally complete, it doesn't actually, it matters in the sense of readability, and perhaps a different rendering will have a different impact on different people depending on their perspective and their karmic situation. But it isn't a mistake to go either way, as far as I understand it. It is originally complete and does not depend on additional practices. You're not adding anything to it. You are not taking anything away from it. It already is manifest. It is you. When circumstances arise, one immediately acts. When they cease, one is immediately still. And again, there isn't this one here. There just needs to be something there for English to work correctly. Otherwise, it's not a complete sentence. And this circumstances arising in Japanese is in the Chinese is en. And in Japanese, we say karmic affinity. When there is a karmic link, action occurs. One immediately acts. When that N is not there, when that karmic link is not there, then it is still. I think Blofeld has, when there is occasion to perform them, the 6 perfections and the 10,000 practices. When there is occasion to perform them, then act. And when there is not occasion, then remain quiescent. So from a readability and understanding perspective of a practitioner, that is a good way. That is an easy to understand way. But I'm just talking to you, and so we can do something a little bit differently and phrase it in a different light. When circumstances arrive, when that karmic link exists, as it exists right now, with me talking to this device, there's action. Action occurs. When that link does not exist, then it's not. It's very, very simple. Everything is this way. When there is a link, something manifests. There is activity. When there isn't, then there isn't, and it remains quiescent. It is still. One is immediately still. If you are not completely resolved, this right here is Buddha, and instead attached to form. If we don't have faith that which appears, that which doesn't appear too, this that is itself already Buddha, and instead attached to form, practicing, intending to get results. It is all delusion and contrary to the way. Then we come back to the kanji that, if you were tuning in last week and the week before, there's, then we attach to things, and when through that attachment we err, or we're confused, we can't see it, we get lost. We work contrary to the way, as opposed to seeing, we're blind. And this being completely resolved has the nuance of decision. If you have not, put your, screwed your what's the phrase? Screw yourself to the sticking place, from Shakespeare. I was like, I don't remember. But if you haven't resolved yourself, if you haven't completely committed or proven for yourself that this right here is itself Buddha, and instead are searching elsewhere, trying to make something else happen and make circumstances align with your own preferences, probably, practicing, intending to get results, it is all delusion and contrary to the way. Then it's just making something up. It's a castle in the sky. We have to start with what is and clarifying that itself. I'd like to leave on the line here that I personally feel like really hits the hardest is, it is originally complete and does not depend on additional practice. The fruit is already ripe. We may appear to harvest it through effort, but there is nothing lacking, ever. When circumstances arise, one immediately acts. When they cease, one is immediately still. Things happen quite naturally, despite our neuroses and backbiting about whether we're behaving properly according to circumstances or should do this or that. That also is circumstances arising and action happening. And when they cease, that is still. Everything is this way. So for all of us, we should reflect on it. Arigatou gozaimasu. As usual, I will be back next Sunday, and if you have any questions or would like to get in touch, there's email on the website daishu-in-west.org. We have sesshin next month. We just finished one the week before, so we will have sesshin in the mid-February. And if you would like to visit the temple for any reason, do not hesitate to send me